Welcome everyone to another video. This was my weighted Toxic Cup that I used in my new Ghost Stadium Discord lobby, the Azalea Town 7 lobby. I'm using a little bit of a spicy team with the Shadow Scizor that I'm really just flexing the shiny of. I did like it as a Wormadam counter. It can beat other bugs and some flyers. Then I'm using Toxicroak. I thought about Escavalier but didn't really have a good one. But I'm using Toxicroak with Dynamic Punch here because Sludge Bomb doesn't really hit too much in the meta. First opponent's Aerial Ace, who I actually have been matched up with a couple times in Go Battle League before our friendship reached Ultra Friends for our lobby. And I like Bibarel against most of his team, except for the Meganium and Toxicroak, so that's why I have Wormadam and Golbat in the back to deal with those. And he leads with Toxicroak, so I gotta switch right away to Golbat as my safe switch, build up some energy with Wing Attack, and he actually goes to Gliscor, which I can beat still. So I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball straight up because he would resist Poison Fang. And that does a lot of damage unshielded. And I feel like it's just going to be Night Slash, so don't need to block that. Yeah, he's actually never going to go Earthquake, so it has to be Night Slash. And this time I do shield, and after farming up a little bit more, I go for the Poison Fang because he's within range of KO here. And I do get the switch advantage here. But he has an extra shield on me, and now it's Bibarel, so I just gotta go straight Poison Fangs because it's a normal type. He, of course, double resists the Shadow Ball. And I'm not able to get that second one off, unfortunately. So now I go back to the mirror, because I know he has Toxicroak in the back, so I'm going to save Wormadam for that. Blocking Hyper Fang, and then as soon as he switches, I have my switch ready. And he is smart using Dynamic Punch here. I'm also using Dynamic Punch on my Toxicroak instead of Sludge Bomb for this cup. And then a couple of confusions, farms it down, and I could have gone for the Bug Buzz there. Honestly, should have, because I got to them both at the same time. But luckily, he did use the shield there. So he fell for the bait, and then now I'm going to eat a Hyper Fang and hopefully survive these water guns so I can get to my Hyper Fang, and I barely do. Luckily I have a good IV Bibarel to take the first battle. Now, I almost led Toxicroak to maybe match his, or if he switches to Bibarel lead, anticipating me going with something like Golbat. But I did Golbat and he predicts me perfectly, so I feel my safe switch as Flygon this time. And I go for the Dragon Claws straight up, because that can actually beat Bibarel with those. But he switches to Gliscor, which is an okay matchup. I just gotta keep going for the Dragon Claws, and it's gonna be tough to win it, but I at least put the shield pressure on, and we can take one Night Slash and then get one more off. He did get the attack boost though, so I'm in bad shape with that. But luckily I do get that Dragon Claw off before he faints me down with Wing Attack. And honestly, I should have went Golbat here since I know he has B-Brawl still. But I go for my B-Brawl just to farm it down with Water Guns. And I have the shield advantage, so I can protect it a little bit there in case it was Earthquake since he had a lot of loaded energy. Then after charging up energy there, he actually goes to his Golbat. So I'm going to Surf, and he's just charging up while I try and go for another Surf, and then he times his switch perfectly, so he absorbs my Surf with his Bibarel. And then from here, it's not a matchup Golbat's successful in, so I'm going to stay with it and use my second shield on his Hyper Fang. And then I'm going to charge up and then shield bait with Surf. A little bit of risky play here, but it would do okay damage since he's pretty low, and he does use a second shield there. But then he uses his own Surf to finish me off, same kind of strategy I was just doing. And then now I think I'm going to go for a Poison Fang, but since he uses up his energy here, I know I can just farm it down, or at least that's my only win condition. So I'm able to get to a Shadow Ball and then use that right away for his Golbat. And he actually told me afterwards he had a Shadow Ball already himself, so luckily I won the CMP there. And then next opponent is Wolf, 1867. And I like Wormadam against most of his team except for the Steelix. So I'm going to bring Flygon and Bibarel to deal with that. And then we had an issue where this is a remote tournament, so we sent the challenge, and then he went in with his GBL team, led with Deoxys. So he saw my Flygon lead, and then I didn't think about it. I just sent the challenge again and stuck with Flygon lead, and because of that, he ends up coming in with Drapion. If you watch my Rose Cup video, I keep doing this where I play a restart the exact same way, but this allows him to obviously get a great hard counter against me with the Ice Fangs. So I have to switch right away to Bibarel, which I thought would be a safe switch. I didn't realize he's going to have Razor Leaf on his Ludicolo. I thought most people would be going Bubble, so that just straight hard counters me. I at least got a shield out of it. And I probably should have went with Wormadam here since I would resist Razor Leaf, but I just did not want to line up Flygon with his Drapion, so I go with it now, just try to put more shield pressure on with Dragon Claws. and then I just let it go down. I want to save my shields for Wormadam since it's gonna have to do a lot of work here. And here you can see I'm taking those Razor Leaves like a champ. And then I was gonna try and farm it down, but I should have just let this go through since it's another Ice Beam. I thought it could be a Hydro Pump. I should have known he didn't really have enough time to get that much energy. So I wasted my shield. We're even there, and he has two Pokemon in one. I have loaded energy, but he comes with his Wormadam, and it's just not a good situation for me. Maybe if I had just not shielded that Ice Beam, I would have had a better chance here. You can see the Bug Buzzes don't do too much since they're both pretty tanky there. He uses his last shield, and I match him with the shield and fall for the Iron Head bait, but it's not really going to matter here. Without any shields, the Bug Buzz would have done decent damage against his Drapion, but probably not best. So I should have changed my lead once he saw I was leading Flygon, and have to change that for the next battle. Since he didn't bring Steelix that time, I bring both my Bug Steels and lead with Scizor. I feel like he thinks I might go with Toxicroak and would go Wormadam, and I catch the right lead here. So I'm in good shape, and I can just go straight for the Night Slashes, apply some shield pressure, see if I can get a boost, hopefully. But I'm going to chunk away and then shield his first attack, because Scizor's so glassy, it would do a good amount of damage anyway. And I go for another Night Slash and get his shield here. And then I'm going to beat him to another Night Slash. And I think I could win if he doesn't shield this, but he decides to dedicate both shields to his Wormadam. So now I have the shield advantage. I'm just going to let Scizor go down here. And obviously I'm not going to go Toxicroak against his Wormadam, so I go with my Wormadam and see if I can farm it down. I can take a charge move from it, alright. And then I'll have plenty of energy for what comes in next. And this time he did bring Steelix, so I'd get out of there real quick to Toxicroak. And he brings in his Toxicroak, but I have the energy advantage and a shield advantage, so I'm in good shape here. Mud Bomb's not enough to KO it, but that actually lets me farm it down. I'll use my shield against his Mud Bomb here, of course. And then I'll have plenty of energy for his Steelix. And this is why I have Dynamic Punch for the zero shield situation. And I got a little scared here. I was like, no way he got to an Earthquake. And luckily it was just a crunch, so I can take it out. I maybe should have just went Mud Bomb, not to show him that I have Dynamic Punch, but I just want to make sure I got the win there. And for the big third battle, I go back to the Flygon lead as another Steelix counter. And since he didn't bring Drapion last battle, I don't think he would lead with it again, especially since I just led Scizor against him. But if he does, I'll have to switch out of there right away and use Toxicroak as basically a sacrificial swap if he brings his Golbat or Wormadam with him. And it is the Drapion. So I have to get out of there right away, and I'll get some counters in. He's a little slow with the swap, luckily, so I'm able to go for a Dynamic Punch right away. And he actually doesn't shield it since he probably thought it was a Mud Bomb, and that is huge for me. So he's locked into this Wormadam, so I'm going to go with Flygon, and I'm going to have to shield an Iron Head here. But I can just farm it down and have plenty of energy. And since he has two shields here, I'm going to go for the shield bait since he's probably worried about an Earth Power KOing him. And I do get one of his shields with the Dragon Claw and then switch out right away before the Ice Fangs hit. And the fact that he doesn't counter switch tells me that Wormadam has a good matchup in the back. And I can take a charge move from Drapion no matter what it is. And then I just go for the Iron Head to save a little bit of energy, and this way I can farm it down a little bit and have a little bit of extra energy for what's in the back. And it's Ludicolo, so this is good for Wormadam. And I go for the shield bait since it is his last Pokemon and he falls for it. So now, I'm not sure if I can get to a Bug Buzz, which would probably KO it, but I'm just nervous that I wouldn't get to it. So I go for the Iron Head and then switch out right away since I know I have a Dragon Claw already. And see if this will KO it. And he just survives to get an Ice Beam off, but this is why I saved the shield for Flygon. And then I can finish it off and take the round. Next opponent has two Water types, two Bug Steel types, and two Poison types. And I like Wormadam against most of them, except for the Fortress, really. And then the B-Brawl and Wormadam can give it some problems as well. So I bring Toxicroak and Flygon to deal with those three overall. And I have a bit of a weakness to Golbat in the back, but luckily she leads with that. So this is perfect for me. I can just Confusion it down and load up on some energy before going for an Iron Head. And this could be a Shadow Ball, so I go for the shield and fall for the Poison Fang bait. And after overcharging a bit, I finally use the Iron Head and draw her shield, and then she switches out to her Wormadam. And I should have just switched right away here to Flygon, but I go for the Bug Buzz just to give myself a little bit of a health advantage, and then switch out. And because of that, I have to shield an Iron Head because this Flygon is pretty frail. And then I go for the Earth Power, just try and KO it, or at least draw her second shield as well. And I do get the knockout. And I'm worried about the Golbat coming back in, but it's actually Toxicroak. And I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw just to see if I can get that shield. And there it is. And then I'm barely able to get to one more Dragon Claw just to chip away here. And I could Confusion it down, but since it has so much loaded energy, I'm going to go Toxicroak just to soak up the charge move and then switch out right away. And then she actually counter switches to Golbat and has a charge move ready. I'm a little worried it could have been Shadow Ball, but it's only Poison Fang. So I can just Confusion it down, and then one Confusion on the Toxicroak will win this battle as well. For the next one, I switch out Toxicroak for Scizor to better deal with the Golbat and Wormadam, and have Flygon as a safe switch, which I have to go to here since Quillfish resists the bullet punches. And after loading up, I shield her charge move since it could be an Ice Beam. And then she comes out with the Fortress, which is actually great for me since I have loaded energy and have the Earth Power to do some heavy damage there. And then I'm going to Shield Bait since you just saw how much damage Earth Power can do. And I do get the first shield there. And I just go for another one before she can get to a charge move. And then I one CMP there, luckily. So I'm just going to let Flygon go down, bring back Scizor to farm down, and then have a Night Slash ready for the Quillfish coming back in. And this would do nice neutral damage or get the last shield, which it does. And I'm trying to switch out here before she can get too many Aqua Tails in because I want to just Confusion it down. But she's able to get to a charge move. And I probably should have shielded, but I didn't know it was in the back. And it was actually Toxicroak, so I'm in great shape with Wormadam and just can finish it off and take this round. And that sets up the final round against the other 3-0 team, which is 2 Forked. And he has a pretty interesting lineup with that Shadow Blossom really standing out. It's right at the front, so I'm not sure if that's just an intimidation thing or not. So I'm still going to bring Bibarel because it has good matchups against most of his team. And then Flygon especially has good matchups. And then I'm going to have Golbat to deal with the Blossom. And Bibarel is going to be the safe swap or sacrificial swap probably if he does have the Blossoms. It would go down pretty hard, and then I could farm up with Golbat. And he leads with his Bibarel. So I just need to go for the straight Dragon Claws. I can outspam him pretty much as long as I have at least one shield and we go even on shields. So I'm going to shield his first one here, match him, and then go for my next Dragon Claw, see if he uses both shields. And he doesn't. And then I'm actually going to be able to beat him to another one. And this is really going to force his decision whether he wants to commit both shields here or not. And he does. And I can still win in the 2 versus 2 shield scenario. So I'm going to use my second one as well. And then go for another one. But then he gets the quick swap on Blossom. But this is fine because now I have it locked in with my Golbat. And like I said, I can just farm up here. I'll resist all of his moves. And then have plenty of energy for probably the Bibarel coming back in. And I'm going to go for the Poison Fang right away, anticipating the Bibarel. And it is, luckily. And that won't quite be enough to KO, but then I can just wing attack it down. And then his last Pokemon's the Gligar that I was worried about with the Flygon. But I can have the Shadow Ball bring it down and then make him use his energy here to take out the Golbat. And then I can just come in with Bibarel and Water Gun him down and take battle number 1. And since he did show that Blossom, I'm taking out Bibarel for Wormadam. And then I took out Flygon for Toxicroak. Didn't really love that choice. I just wanted a harder counter to the Bibarel he showed last time. And I led Wormadam in case he went with Blossom or Gligar to beat the Flygon I led with last time. But we're in the mirror match here. And I didn't really bring Wormadam counter, so I'm going to just try and beat it with mine. And he uses his first shield there. I didn't try baiting at all, and I'm just going to go for the Bug Buzz still. And now I try making a quick swap after making him use his energy here. Try and wing attack it down a little bit with Golbat before he can get to a charge move and just take the confusions. And then he brings in Gligar, which is not a bad matchup for me, but I did take those confusions pretty hard. And you can see how Gligar's tankier than Gliscor because the Shadow Ball only got about half health there. And I can take a Night Slash okay, but he gets the boost, which is killer for me. And I decided to use the shield here because I had some energy stored up. And then I go for the shield bait with Poison Fang and see if I can get to another one that might be able to KO it. But again, at the greatly level, Gligar is bulkier than Gliscor, so he's able to survive that. And here I'm making another mistake. I come in with the Wormadam to try and finish it off and get some energy, but should have just used Toxic Croak as a third shield and soak up that energy like I did in a previous battle because it's drawing dead against his Wormadam anyway. His last Pokemon is the Blossom, and I have an okay matchup here. That's why I brought Toxic Croak instead of Flygon because of the Blossom, but I didn't farm up enough energy to get a Mud Bomb afterwards here, and I just fall short of countering him down. And now we're going to the third battle. And I go back to Flygon, which I really should have kept in the last battle since he can beat 4 out of his 6. And then I have Wormadam and Golbat to deal with his Gligar and Blossom. And he does lead Gligar. So after charging up a little bit, I then switch and maybe catch him by surprise and get a little bit of energy there. And he goes to the Wormadam Mirror, which is good for me since I have the energy advantage here. We did get some wing attacks on me that had my health lower than I thought initially, now that I'm looking at it. And we're not going to shield the bug buzzes since they don't do too much damage, but they are going to start to add up along with the confusions and get them to the red here. And now I decide I'm going to commit a shield because within range I can just confusion him down and have plenty of energy for what comes in next. And I'm anticipating the Gligar, so I go for the Iron Head right away. And he told me afterwards that he was anticipating the stronger Bug Buzz, and that's why they didn't shield this with his Crustle, which is huge for me, because Crustle is his main Wormadam counter, and I'm kind of surprised he didn't switch to that initially, but I guess because I had the energy advantage. But now I have it super low and really within farmable range with Flygon, but he makes a switch before I can really farm it down. And then I'm going to swap out with Golbat after getting one of his shields. So we're in an even shield matchup, but he has a ton of sword energy from earlier and just going to launch Night Slashes. And I'm saving my shield in case he gets the boost so I can block a boosted one instead. And then I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, but now I really have to use the shield because he just had so much energy here. And then I'll go for the Shadow Ball. Probably could have baited since he's down to basically his last Pokemon since Crustle's so low. And I get his last shield. Now he does make this switch to Crustle, but I didn't want to risk taking too much damage for Golbat, so I used the Poison Fang there. Not the best decision really, but now he's out of shields and I can just launch Dragon Claws. And then I'm worried he might have Dig that could possibly KO me, but it's actually going to be Aerial Ace. He didn't really have time to get to a Dig probably anyway, but I can use Dragon Claw and finish him off and take the tournament. Thanks as always to the Go Stadium Discord for organizing these remote tournaments. Went pretty smooth. First one with the new lobby, and it happened pretty fast, especially compared to some of my past remote tournaments. And now I'm actually 26-0 in my ranked tournament, so I'm number 61 globally and up to number 14 in the US now that this one became official. Hopefully I'll keep it up in the regionals next month, and thanks for watching.